used to do.
Songs don't have the same impact as they did back then. The entire industry changed, and I think COVID definitely played a big role. They're not at that same level they were maybe 7 years ago or 8 years ago. I think some of the songs that come out, they're absolutely amazing. It's not about that anymore. It's about the film itself.
Hello to everyone who's watching me at Mamaraazzi. This is Amar, and today I'm with someone who always guarantees a joyride in interviews. I'm with Sunny. How have you been?
Good. How are you?
All good. My first question, Sunny, what is luxury for you? How do you define luxury?
This one's a difficult question. So I come from really humble beginnings, and didn't have so much growing up. And when I entered the entertainment industry, even though I was earning so much, it just was really, really difficult not to have buyer's remorse or feeling guilty.
Sure.
And even now, even this day, I have that guilt sometimes. So then I make my husband buy things for me. But I think I'm okay with feeling like that, because you never know. I mean, everything could just end one day, and then what? And at least I have something to show for how much work I did, and saving up all that money.
That thought should be there. What prompted you to come on board as a brand ambassador for these luxury?
They're gorgeous. I'm hoping that I get one. that was the first thought. It's like, oh yay, maybe I can have one of these beautiful villas at some time. But when you look at the quality and the brand and the amount of effort that they've put into it, it becomes very easy to say yes.
Also the peace would one be getting while if someone is living there.
Yeah, exactly. I think that when we live in Mumbai, we live in craziness here, and if you can step away from that and be in a beautiful villa, whether it's raining cats and dogs outside,
like
but exactly, it is right now. And if the only difference is if you're sitting in one of these beautiful areas, it becomes just a little bit easier to sip your tea and watch the beautiful rain.
For sure. There a person will enjoy the rains. Yahan we are always
right now the sea and the road are all one now. Everything everywhere is flooded.
Definitely. Do you remember the first home that you bought, and when was this? And if you can tell us what went behind that big purchase, what were your non-negotiables if you have to start?
So I purchased my first home with Daniel, with my husband, and it was in Los Angeles. And we saved up all of our money to put a down payment on this house. And this was before we had children. And it was, it was perfect for us. It was in one of these areas where we could walk to the store, walk to a restaurant. We could, go hiking around the area. And
LA has a lot of hiking places.
Yes, and just nice walking areas.
Definitely.
And it was definitely perfect for us. We had this beautiful grapefruit tree in our backyard.
Oh, wow.
We never ate so much grapefruit in our lives, by the way, because once it starts producing fruit, it just never ends. But it was beautiful, and it was nice, and we really loved that place a lot. And our second home was actually just less than 5 minutes away from there. And as soon as we pulled down this driveway, I was in tears because I wanted this home to be my home.
Oh, okay.
I wanted it to be my forever home. This is, again, before we had children. And when we closed on that house, I call it the lucky house, because as soon as we closed on that house, we found out we were having Nisha. And then a week later, we found out we were having twins. And this was all before the kids came. And it was amazing because it just was a good luck home.
Awesome. Congratulations. The LED dream is now a reality.
Yeah.
Talking about non-negotiables, what are your non-negotiables before you sign a project? That, okay, ye hai, to fir I'm out.
Well, each project is so different. So I've learned that until I hear what, the other side wants, whatever that brand is, then we can decide what's acceptable, what's not acceptable. But most of the time, it's all pretty reasonable. I think brands nowadays understand the value of, social media along with the actual brand endorsement. So you have to know that everything kind of goes hand in hand. So it's about not only for their brand to get out there, but also your face also gets out there. So the more you do, the better it is anyways.
And as an artist for films?
For films, again, it just depends on the subject matter, because and who the director is and who's shooting it. Because sometimes you can have the greatest script, but a director or producer's intentions are not in the right place. But you could have that same script with somebody else, and you wouldn't say no to anything because you understand their shooting and the way that their brain works, their philosophy of life, and making things look great. So it just depends.
Definitely.
I would never say no, this is like cut off.
Okay. So about your acting journey, Kennedy, a movie which was premiered at the prestigious Cannes Film Festival, directed by one of the best, Mamaraazzi, received very well at other places. So I'm assuming now the floodgates must be opening for you as an actor in a very different formats of genres. Can you tell about what has changed after Kennedy's release and reception?
I don't know if like so much has changed, but I have a film coming out in the next few weeks called Quotation Gang, and that role is very different. That role is very de-glammed. It's a character within this crazy film, and that was very, very exciting to play. My husband is the most excited because he's like, look at the character you are. This is amazing, and which is great. And there's been a couple other films that I've shot where it's in a completely different zone.
We will not imagine you as.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that, it's about creating a balance between what people have seen me and then also trying new things.
I remember I first watched you when I was watching Big Boss, and that freshness was very, how to say it, like it attracted me.
Raw.
It was so honest. It came from a place of honesty. Then you started doing special numbers also, and a trend started where a movie would be projected like how a film is promoted now with a song, and you have done that before. But now I see that it's happening. Maybe it's happening. It's not creating that impact. The special numbers.
Songs don't have the same impact as they did back then.
They lasted.
The entire industry changed. I think COVID definitely played a big role in how we watch films, how we consume content, and where we consume content as well. So we have to be smart filmmakers and hopefully have smart budgets as well, so that our expectations are not so high. They're not at that same level they were maybe 7 years ago or 8 years ago.
So what do you think has primarily changed? Has this trend, was it only trend specific, or do you think now the music is not that timeless, or why is
No, I don't. I think the music is great. I think some of the songs that come out, they're absolutely amazing. It's not about that anymore. It's about the film itself. People's perceptions of how films are shot and the story, and you're competing with the rest of the world. We're on an equal platform now, because during COVID, we all sat at home and we're all consuming digital content. And you're not just watching a Hindi film, you're also watching a South American, something in Spanish, something in Korean, something in Chinese, something in, some other Dutch language.
Maybe an Oscar playlist.
Right. So you're watching so many different things now. Our consumer is so intelligent and so smart, and they know exactly what they want to consume. So I think that when you're competing on a international level of content, then we also have to bring that content forward.
Yeah, the quality has to be there.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of discussion about the entourage, like the teams of the actors, and there's a lot of discussion about the paychecks, the fat paychecks which male actors come out in the industry, and then dancers come like, okay, they bring that certain number at the box office. What do you have to say about this whole scenario and discussion? And now a lot of female actors are also getting big chunks of money back to the producers where they are leading the films. So do you think that's
giving them back money if the film doesn't do well?
No.
Is that what
you're saying? If they are leading the film as a face, and there's no particular male actor opposite them, but they're also bringing numbers. So do you think now that discrepancy is going, like it may be lesser and lesser as we are seeing female actors emerge?
I think that I think that, yeah, the lines are definitely getting blurred for sure, because people don't just, again, we're going to go back to what the content really is and what the subject matter is, and is it something that piques people's interest. So I do think that, yeah, lines are definitely being blurred.
And a lot of discussions also are happening around networking, that networking plays a huge role in landing up roles. Some actors are saying, yeah, it helps. Some actors are denying it. No, that you don't land up jobs and work at a party. What do you have to say about this networking game? How important is it in your personal experience?
Yeah, I'm really bad at it.
Okay.
But I do think that it's something that is a learned art for sure.
Yeah.
I do think that, you know, when you meet people socially, maybe it doesn't get you the role, but it opens a discussion. It opens up a meeting. It opens up, you know, maybe pique somebody's interest of imagination of what a certain person can play, what role they can play. So I do think that that definitely does matter when you're meeting people. It's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. That's with any industry, with any business. If you are hidden, no one's going to know who you are and where you are and what you're doing. So with any business, you have to put yourself out there. And if that means you go to a party and you're meeting people, or maybe that means you're reaching people in other creative ways. So it just really depends on the artist and maybe the circle that they're around. I'm not necessarily part of any circle, but I do meet lots of people all the time. And I think it's important that whoever you're meeting is quality meeting, whether it's for business or whether it's just for friendship.
Definitely. Well said. I have always admired your journey, and thank you for all being so
thank you.
candid and fun. Thank you.
Thanks.
I'm Sunny Leone, and you're watching me on Mamaraazzi.